Hello, leaders. This is Paul Grau, and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges, the daily show that helps you leverage conflict to master your leadership skills and live your best life. Hey, I hope everyone's doing great today and staying healthy and safe. Today, my wife Jen is back, and we are continuing our conversation from the last couple days. And specifically, today, we're going to talk about the positive thoughts in our mind and when the best time is to train your brain to think positively. So let's get back into the conversation. Speaking about these positive thoughts, this is kind of what you're talking about is if we can identify the negative thoughts, we can turn them to a positive thought. And then are we done at that point? Do the positive thoughts solve all our problems here, or do the ants creep back in?
Ants take time to remove. You go through a process of recognizing that you have them and then refuting them. But it is a process where you need to write them down. You need to say, this is what I believed, and now I'm replacing it with this thought. This is what I believe now, because this is now my truth. So you need to write it down, and you need to repeat it. One of the best things that you can do is say it as soon as you get up in the morning, right after you've finished exercising. Say it anytime that it comes up. You should definitely say it as soon as the ant appears. Just repeat the phrase the truth that you now have. And then also say it before you go to bed. There are different times, like when you wake up and right after you exercise, that your brain is in an alpha state. So that is the best time for it to hear that new truth. You need to say it out loud. You need to write it. You can record it, and you can play it for yourself at various times of the day. That's why they say that you should do affirmations in the morning or after you've woken up in front of a mirror. It's a very similar situation, and it doesn't happen automatically. It is something that takes time. And the way they believe our brains work is that it takes approximately 21 days for you repeating a thought to have it become solidified and formed in your brain. But then it takes another 21 days or so for it to really be stuck there. And then you have another 21 days or so before the old thought is gone. Now, the crazy thing is that over time, you may have that same thing come back up again. But more than likely, it's going to come up in a different way. Instead of you thinking, oh, I'm never going to get this client, it might then be replaced with, oh, I made such a mess of this other relationship that I had that this one's going to go as badly. So you've just changed it from one thing to the other, but the same source still the same source, where it is you're not worthy or you're not good enough.
Well, I'm going to stop right there because I want to give you a challenge. That was quite a bit to take in today. And today we talked about how those negative thoughts can creep back into our minds if we aren't careful. But we also talked about how we can train our brain to think more positively and how to fill it with the truth. Today's challenge is for you to jot down a few positive statements about yourself and keep them in a journal or a notebook or a 3x5 card on your smartphone or wherever. Just write down some affirming statements to yourself and start reading it to yourself tonight. You can maybe even read it at the end of the day or right before you go to bed. But one thing for certain is to be sure you read it first thing in the morning to yourself. You may even want to share this challenge with your entire family or whoever else you live with to get them on board. I don't think there's ever enough positivity to go around. So let's share this wealth with as many people as possible. We'll continue this conversation tomorrow with a discussion about how our thoughts can cause conflict. So be sure to tune in. Hey, if you enjoy this show and get value from it, please be sure to share it with your friends, family, coworkers, maybe even your HR director so your entire company can start running to all your challenges. And push the share button on the podcast or Amazon Alexa and share it on your social media page. I would greatly appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. Stay healthy and safe. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges.